Money. Money and money. The key focus, I think, for you, Gemini, this is June 2013, with transits moving into your zone of finance. Mercury there already, your ruling planet. And then on the 3rd, your other very favourable planet, Venus, moving to the zone of money, into the zone of Cancer. So I'm seeing a lot more focus there in terms of your finances. Yeah, Venus is a very luxurious planet. Your ruling planet, Mercury, is very much prone to schemes, thinking of ways to make money. So for a lot of you, especially if you're unhappy with the type of work, or rather the way you're earning money, then this could be a time when you start to think of new opportunities, hatch new ideas, become a little more inventive. And also that goes to the issue of the way you spend your money. Because of course, it's not what you earn that counts, it's how much you actually save. And that has a lot to do with your expenditure. So I think this is all tied in very much at this time. See around the 4th, you've got another very powerful, favourable aspect with Mercury to Saturn in the 6th house of debt. So that's what I'm talking about, this sixth area of the horoscope, especially with Saturn, their frugality, trying to cut back your debts, really rein in the expenditures seem to be the most important key elements of your horoscope in at least the first week of this month. But I do want to say that we do see Jupiter moving to this sector later in the month, and that sets the trend for a much longer cycle associated with your finances. Most Western astrologers like the idea of Jupiter being in the 2nd sector of finances. According to Vedic astrologers, Jupiter for you is your karmic obstructor, what we call Bardaka. Now, we're not reading the Vedic chart here, but I still like to look at the implications of that. What that can tell us is that if you don't heed some of the advice I'm giving you now earlier in the month and really start to plan, cut back the expenditures, if you're in business, cut back the overhead, then you can start to find yourself in a little bit of hot water due to that planet. It's an excessive planet, and it can show that you become either too greedy to earn money and then overlooking other aspects of your life. This problem, this obstructor that we're talking about, may not actually relate to money itself. You know, this is like the knee bone connected to the hip bone. It's like everything you do is interconnected. So it may be that what this planet does later in the month and for the next year is that depending on your attitude to money and the way you're earning it, the way you're relating to the people in your life, in particular your loved ones, that could have a marked impact on those other areas of your life. So I want you to think about that. Okay, thought about it? Okay, you need to think about it a little bit more, but I think you get my drift. Other favourable aspects leading up to that are the conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter, which we see there around the 20th of June. That's going to be preceded by two very hard aspects on the 8th, the 9th, and again the 13th. 3 aspects there. So a few little problems in that area, and we see Mars, which is definitely not a favourable planet. That's got to do with your work. So perhaps that's what I'm seeing there in terms of getting a flow on to the money. A bit of aggression there, a bit of confusion, maybe not knowing your role in your workplace is going to require you to, just go and ask about it. If you're not happy or confused, there's nothing worse than being in the dark. So you need to turn the light on to clarify that aspect of your life. But I did say around the 20th, some fantastic opportunity for you. The Sun and the Jupiter conjunction is notorious for bringing good opportunities, good luck, a buoyant and happy disposition, generous nature. So good fortune can come to you at this time. We see the other very powerful aspect there of Mars and the Sun. They're in your Sun sign. So a lot of energy, a lot of physical dynamic energy this month. You're going to need to put that somewhere. So exercise is one good idea. You need to get out, get mobile, get all of these financial, intellectual problems, work problems out of the way earlier in the month so that you can enjoy a bit of outdoors activities later in the month. The final aspects of the month, 27, we have the Sun and triangular aspect to Neptune. Wonderful for imagination, creative pursuits for those of you that like art or music or anything that's going to engage some of your inventive and creative juices. Final aspect, also a favourable one, is Venus moving to the 3rd house. 3rd house of travels on the 28th. Good time to travel. I look forward to your company here next month. In the meantime, join me at astrology.com.au. That's my website. Lots of free stuff there, and a more detailed analysis of the month in question, along with your year and day. And well, we haven't got down to the hours and minutes yet. You have to consult me for that. See you next month. Bye bye.